41 NBC. It's time for Friday night football action. You're in the end zone, insured by 1-800-SAFE-AUTO. Drive more, spend less. Call or click today for a free quote. Also brought to you by 5-Star Automotive.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome to the End Zone. I'm Bill Shanks from Fox Sports 1670 AM in Macon. Tonight, it's the last week of the 2012 regular season. We're a week away from the playoffs, but there's still a lot to be decided tonight. We'll check the scoreboards later on in our show, along with our game of the week, Mount DeSales at Tatnall. We start, however, in Macon as Northeast hosted Blackley County. A home playoff game for next week was at stake in this game, and both teams came in playing pretty good football. The Royals were 7-2 after a big win over Monticello last week. They had a very good first season under new head coach Tracy White. The Raiders had won 4 games in a row after a blowout of Putnam County a week ago. Both teams had only one loss in Region 4 AA, and both came to Lamar County. To Thompson Stadium we go for our first game of the night. Here we go with Blackley County starting out on their own 28-yard line. First play from scrimmage, and watch this. Derek Farrow takes off. I mean, first play, I barely had it on record. 72 yards, touchdown Royals, and 7-0. The visitors take the early lead right there. Later in the first quarter, Raiders with the ball now. Davion Anderson is back, and he hits Drake White, who's going to get 19 yards on this nice play here near midfield into Blackley County territory, first down. Later in the drive, Anderson of the air again. Corey Denson on the 5-yard line, complete and a first down, first and goal on the 5. And then DeAndre Midell gets it from Anderson, touchdown right there. They missed the PAT, and it was 7-6 Blackley County still out on top. Raiders got it back, but Anderson made a mistake right here. He's going to be back, drop back, and he's going to be intercepted by the Royals near midfield, and it would not take them long to get going and back on that scoreboard. They would change sides the second quarter, and here we go. Tavon Ross scrambles to his right. Watch this catch right here by Caleb Wynn. Touchdown for 6 points, and Blackley County was up by 8 points on the home team. Here's our 5-star drive of the week right here. Northeast goes to work from their own 33. Anderson runs to his left and hits Cortez Lester, and Lester's going to get a first down. Then Anderson again to his right finds Jerry Butler, complete and knocked out of bounds for another first down. Then on 4th and 7, Anderson to Drake White again, and they're in the red zone. Nice play there on 4th down. Now from the shotgun, Anderson back to pass, looking, floats one, and Corey Denson is wide open. I could have caught that one. Nice catch, Corey. That's our 5-star drive of the week. They went on for 2, and it was no good. 14-12, Blackley County was the score at the half, and the Royals hold on to the victory. 28-20 the final. Blackley will host a playoff game next week. They finished the regular season 8-2, and so do the Raiders, but they'll be on the road in round 1. Now to Macon, FPD at home against Aquinas for a Region 7 single A game. And on the opening kickoff, Caleb Fuller is going to get it for FPD, and he's going to get a nice run. Watch him right up the middle here for the Vikings to set up good field position, about 30 yards to the 38 for FPD now. 5 plays, and 20 yards later, Will McCormick throws, and it's going to be intercepted by Antonio Clark for Aquinas, and he's going to take off. I mean, he's going to take off. 82 yards for the touchdown. The Fighting Irish are on the board after the PAT. It was 7-0. Now, after an FPD fumble, Aquinas with the ball again on their own 40. Handoff to Brendan Douglas, and he's gone. How about a 60-yard touchdown? And the homeboys were struggling to slow down the Fighting Irish. It was 14-0 right there. Now FPD with the ball on the Aquinas 40. Will McCormick in for Brooks Stroud, the keeper. 15-yard gain right there to the right side and a first down. 2 plays later, FPD knocking on the door. Will Black, 7 yards up the middle. Touchdown Vikings. And that made it 14-7 Aquinas. Here's our forward hit of the week. Aquinas now completes a pass to Daniel Lindsay and Caleb Fuller and Ryan Lindsay. Hey, Ryan Lindsay. Hey, that's a pretty good hit right there. Taken to Ortho, Georgia. It's super slow-mo. Now after an FPD forced the punt, Will McCormick to his brother Scott. Watch this great catch for about a 30-yard gain. Then a couple of plays later, after a flag would back them up, McCormick back to pass looking. Jonathan Raines has it near midfield. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. He's gone. Touchdown FPD. That made it 21-14. Aquinas was on top, and they went nuts in the second half. Final score 42-14. FPD loses. They'll have to wait until next week to see if they make the single A playoffs. We stay in North Macon now. Stratford at home against Westminster. And here come the Eagles, and they get off to a pretty quick start tonight. At home, after forcing a 3-and-out, they go to the ground on 3rd down and 10, and they give it to Austin Simmons on the left side. Nice run right here for Simmons. He breaks a few tackles, and he is gone. 60-yard touch. Great touchdowns tonight. Thanks, guys. And after the extra point, it was 7-0. Eagles out on top. Later in the first half, now still up 7-0. Eagles run play action. John Mitchell rolls right, finds Thomas Williams, and he gets in there for the score. Extra point made it 14-0. Second quarter now, Stratford up 14-7, and Mitchell goes back to the air again and finds Quintez Cephas, and he's going to break away for the score. How about that? Stratford just rolling in this regular season finale, up 21-7. Westminster back to punt again. Check this out. This looks like me punting here. Way too up high in the air. It's going to take a Stratford bounce, and that's an 11-yard punt. Eagles would respond with a field goal to make it 24-7. And they would just cruise in this game. 45-7 is the final. The Eagles finished the season at 7-3, the regular season, but they head to the playoffs starting next week. When we come back, games from Macon, Perry, and Fort Valley. More of the End Zone brought to you by Safe Auto right after this.
Welcome back to the End Zone, insured by 1-800-SAFE-AUTO. The Drive of the Week is brought to you by 5-Star Automotive.
Let's keep going now and check in on the Westside Seminoles. They ended the regular season tonight at Ed DeFore Sports Complex against crosstown rival Rutland. The Seminoles locked in as a #1 seed after winning Region 2 Quad A. They had won 6 games in a row coming into tonight's game against the Hurricanes, who were 3-6 coming into their season finale. Here we go. The Hurricanes and the Seminoles, and Rutland would kick off the west side, and the Seminoles would get going early, and their fine quarterback Noah Grayer ran in some trouble early. Here's the Hurricanes getting a sack here, and he would really have some difficulty, and Westside would have to punt it away and give it to the Hurricanes, who did not take long to get going themselves. Darren Tucker hands off to Montez Cheney. How about a 20-yard touchdown in Rutland after the PAT was on top 7-0, shocking the Seminoles, but Rutland was at home, remember. So here we go. Westside bounce back. Cedric Hollingshed scores the first touchdown of the night for the Seminoles. He gets in the end zone right there, and after the PAT, we are tied at 7. Then Westside's defense got tough, and the Hurricanes had trouble moving the ball. An incomplete pass here, and the Seminoles would get the ball back and start moving it again. Noah Grayer, again. Cedric Hollingshed, again, for the touchdown. In traffic, gets it. The PAT would be good, and it was 14-7 at the end of the first quarter. Rutland would bounce back, however, in the second quarter. Again, Montez Cheney scores for the Hurricanes. We're all tied up at 14, but the Seminoles would come back and really have a tough time here in the season. Give Rutland credit. 40-35 is the final. Westside 9-1 and will be at home next week, while Rutland finishes up at 3-7. Now to Perry. The Panthers hosted Howard tonight, and the Panthers taking the field. And, of course, always a good crowd there in Perry. First quarter, Perry the ball. Malik Doyle gets it, runs up the middle for a short gain there. Then Deontay Solomon looks for someone to pass and then takes off right side. It's going to run before throwing it to A.J. Riley at the 35. He catches it around the 30. Then Deontay Solomon again. Toss to Mark Riley. Tries to run up the left side, but he's taken down by Rashad Towns here for Howard. Then Malik Doyle again tries to run up the middle and manages to get a couple more yards before Towns and Grant take him down. Solomon again tries to run the right side, tosses it then to Riley on the pitch, but Towns pushes him out at the 19. Now Chantrellis Adams gets the ball and tries to run up the middle. No luck there. Good defense by Howard, but Marquez Thomas will get the ball, run left, and Clifton Tucker is going to get him out of bounds around the 8. Then Solomon, the quarterback, hands off to Michael Thomas, runs up the middle for a couple of yards, and then Mark Riley gets the ball, runs up the right side for the touchdown. This would put Perry up by the score of 14-0, and they would go on to win tonight 49-6. They finished 6-4 and are headed to the playoffs for the third straight year. Howard 0-10. They have lost 24 straight games. Now to Fort Valley, the Trojans at home against Southwest. And it's 7-0 in the second quarter. Southwest kicks off the Peach. Anthony Grant catches on the 45, shakes off Taylor and Richardson, makes it about 15 yards before Sinclair latches on and takes him down. Then Nicholas Searcy gets the ball, runs up the middle, gets to the 8-yard line before Robinson and Morgan would tackle him. Then Donovan Howard for Peach runs up the middle, and he's going to score for the Trojans. The PAT would make it 14-0. Trojans with the ball again. Searcy runs up the middle, gets about 5 yards coming up on this next play on the next series for the Trojans after they're already up by 2 touchdowns. Here's the run here by Searcy. Then Keyshawn Lowe will keep the ball for Peach County. takes off the line down the left side. Jameson Taylor will take him down at the 1, and then they'll score another touchdown here. It was 21-0 at this point, and Peach wins easily. 38-0 is the final score over Southwest. Peach now 9-1. They go to the playoffs, and Southwest ends their season at 2-8. We're back with our game of the week, Mount DeSales and Tatnall, right after this.
Welcome back to the End Zone, insured by 1-800-SAFE-AUTO. Hit of the Week is brought to you by Ford.
Our game of the week is one of the best rivalries in Macon, Mount DeSales at Tatnall. It's not often these two teams meet with a combined 5 victories between them, but it's been a difficult season for both the Cavs and the Trojans. Mount DeSales was 2-8 coming in, and they have not beaten Tatnall since 1997. The Trojans beat Heritage last week to improve to 3-7 overall, but they were 2-3 in Region 2 AAA of the GISA. Here we go, our Safe Auto game of the week, the Cavs and the Trojans, and of course a big crowd on hand tonight at Jack Baines Field as both teams took the field here, and Tatnall will get the ball first and march down the field here. Tyler Ward here with a carry up the middle for the Trojans, gets one carry, then another one up the middle, nice play there. And then Lane Watson, the quarterback, goes back, finds Tyler Bagwell. He's going to score, and after the PAT, it was 7-0, Tatnall out on top. Mount DeSales now will get the ball, and the offense will struggle a little bit for the Cavs early on as Ryan McCauley, the quarterback, in the shotgun formation. Back looking, and the pass is over the head of the receiver. Then McCauley again, back, shotgun, looks, and kind of out of bounds near the sideline. McCauley again, and really dropped by his receiver, and they would have to give it up. Then Tatnall would come back and get a field goal. Devin Day with a field goal, making it 10-0, Trojans out on top. Mount DeSales will try to get going now, deep in Tatnall's territory, and Ron McCauley would have a little success here. Hands it off to Alex Sands for a 20-yard touchdown, and that made it 10-7. Tatnall still out on top. Second quarter now, Tatnall gets the ball, and they go down the 10-yard line, and they're going to have to kick a field goal here. Tevin Rogers with a field goal to make it 13-7. Tatnall out on top. Mount DeSales comes right back. Ryan McCauley, the quarterback, and my former intern, runs now. Watch Ryan run! Got some speed, that kid. 20 yards for the touchdown. The PAT would be good, and Mount DeSales was up 14-13, but Tatnall would come right back with a touchdown to Slayton Herndon on this play here, and then a 2-point conversion, and Tatnall would get the lead and take off from there. 51-21 is the final score. The Trojans continue their season on the road next week, while the Cavaliers end their season with that 30-point loss to the Trojans. We'll check the scores from all over the state right after this. For local sports talk on the radio, join me from 3 until 6 each weekday afternoon. The Bill Shanks Show is on Fox Sports 1670 AM in Macon and online at foxsports1670.com. Plus, check out the morning show with Chucky Olson, who's watching the show right now with his referee buddies, along with Daniel Shirley every morning from 7 until 9. And tomorrow, after the Georgia Southern game, I'll sit in for Bobby Pope on the Saturday scoreboard. All right, let's take a look at that scoreboard and see what's going on tonight around the state of Georgia in high school football action. And we start with Westfield. 9-1 is their regular season record. They have won 3 in a row now. They beat Tift area tonight in Tifton 35-7. Houston County season is over. They lose to Greenbrier 33-14. They finish at 3-7. Jones County will be the number 3 seed in Region 2 5A. They win over Grovetown 48-37. Northside all over Evans tonight. No surprise there, 45-0. They're 10-0 on the regular season. Warner Robins with a big win at home, 40-19 over Lakeside. They will get a home playoff game next week. And also Baldwin, the number 3 seed in Region 2 4A. They beat Veterans tonight 39-23. West Lawrence season is over. They lose to Mary Persons 38-13. The Bulldogs will be the number 2 seed in Region 2 4A. Pike County over Central 35-6. Central now 2-8 to finish their year. Dodge County wins again after losing 2 in a row, 21-7 the final over Swainsboro. Scriven County over Dublin 39-20. That's the worst season for Dublin since 2003. Wilkinson County all over Warren County 62-0. They are 7-3 to end the regular season and continue on in the playoffs. Valwood all over Central Fellowship 41-0. Also Twiggs County 18-15 over GMC. The Bulldogs have lost 3 straight. And also Lincoln County over Hancock Central tonight 27-8. The Bulldogs had won 2 straight in Region 7A Lincoln County now 9-1. All right, more scores now. Wilcox County over Telfair by the score of 21-0. And again, repeating our winners for the night, Blackley County gets the home playoff game. They win over Northeast tonight. Aquinas over FPD. The Vikings will have to wait to see if they're in the playoffs next week. Stratford wins over Westminster. Westside over Rutland. Perryall over Howard tonight. Also, Peach County beats Southwest 38-0. And Tatnall over Mount DeSales to end the Cavaliers season 51-21. Well, the regular season is over. The playoffs start next week. Thanks for joining us. For all of us at 41 NBC, I'm Bill Shanks. Good night.